By the end of this video, you will finally know how to empty your mind and stop overthinking. You will never be a slave to your mind again. This motivational story will change your life. In the village, everyone knew Haru for his restless mind. He was a slave to his own thoughts, obsessively analyzing everything, unable to find peace. Frustrated by his inability to silence his mind, he decided to seek answers from the monk who lived atop the mountain. After a long journey, he found the old monk sitting under a tree. Without hesitation, he asked, "Master, I have tried everything to calm my mind, but nothing works. How can I find peace?" The monk observed Haru for a moment and, with a serene smile, said, "You seek peace, but you still try to control it as if it were something to be conquered. The mind does not calm down by force, but by understanding." Then the monk picked up a small bronze bell and handed it to the young man. "I want you to hang this bell at the entrance of the temple," said the monk, "and each day note how many times it rings in the wind." Haru, curious, obeyed. On the first day, the sound of the bell seemed deafening. It swayed at the slightest breeze, and Haru noted every chime, trying to find a pattern, trying to predict when it would ring again. His mind was restless, anxious for control. In the following days, Haru became increasingly irritated. The bell seemed to ring for no reason, interrupting his thoughts, preventing him from concentrating. He started to feel exhausted. After a week, something strange happened. Haru still heard the bell, but his mind no longer reacted in the same way. He no longer stopped what he was doing to count the chimes. The sound was there, but it no longer disturbed him. After 10 days, he realized he had stopped noting it. The bell continued to ring, but it was no longer a problem. The master approached and asked, "Does the bell still ring?" Haru hesitated before responding, "Yes, but it no longer bothers me." At first, it seemed unbearable. But over time, I realized the problem wasn't the bell, but my excessive attention to it. The monk smiled and pointed to the young man's head. "Your thoughts are the same. At first, you feel the need to pay attention to every single one, analyze them, control them. But in time, if you learn to just let them pass, without attachment or resistance, you will see that they were never the problem. What made you suffer was not the thoughts themselves, but your need to hold on to them." Haru remained silent. For the first time, he understood. His mind didn't need to be empty to be free. The monk then added, "To practice this in your daily life, start by paying attention to the present moment. When you notice that you are lost in thoughts, simply return your focus to your breath, to what is around you. Do not try to fight your thoughts or push them away. Just observe them passing like leaves carried by a river." He paused and continued, "When you walk, feel the ground beneath your feet. When you eat, pay attention to the taste of the food. When you are in conversation, truly listen, without anticipating responses. Your mind calms when it learns to live in the now, rather than being trapped in the past or the future." Haru nodded, feeling that he finally had a clear path to follow. Now, think about your own life. How many times have you found yourself trapped in endless thoughts, reliving the past, or trying to predict the future? Like Haru, you may feel that your mind never stops, always seeking control over something beyond your reach. But what if, instead of fighting your thoughts, you simply observed them, like the sound of the bell in the wind? What if, instead of clinging to every worry, you just let it pass, like clouds in the sky? True peace does not come from trying to silence the mind by force, but from learning to live with it without being dominated by it. Try it now. Take a deep breath, feel the present moment, and let your thoughts flow. Like Haru, you may discover that your mind doesn't need to be empty to be free. If this story meant something to you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear from you.